was like, she called my voice. What was it? She said it was like butter, and I was like, I'll just record like a, a lullaby or something.
Okay, if she says it's like butter, it has to be a cooking recipe that just makes absolutely no sense and is a terrible recipe.
That's
Just like
actually
way
really
too
good.
much of everything, or not enough.
5 plates of salt.
Yeah, pretty much.
15 minutes of bread dough.
Anyway, we're getting back into Champions Select.
Oh yeah, League of Legends.
It is a game. So yeah. So far no bans coming out.
Bubblegum getting the first one.
Yep, there goes Lisa.
Ladies and gentlemen. Insta ban, well, so to speak. That was amazing.
I mean, there was no way they weren't. The Lee Sin was everywhere. He started affecting the game already at like 3 minutes, with their invade at Udyr, and pretty much getting a double kill right off the start.
I mean, he ganked 3 lanes with 3 successful kills, like within 4 minutes. That is something that only people who, only like pure junglers and people who know how to play Lee Sin know how to do. It's so hard to pull off with a champion that you're, very comfortable with, and by the looks of it, Hurricanrana was just absolutely Sin main. Mind you, again, going with the normal bans, the Ornn, the Ahri, the Brand. I'm so curious about this Ahri. I think it may be a ban against fierce damage, because it really isn't strong right now.
Yeah, that's the only thing that it could be. Also, I'm surprised that TSL almost isn't banning out more junglers, or more early game junglers, just to stop Hurricana from doing the same sort of thing. Also, since he picked for himself, he might not have the largest amount of champions on the account. So just, yeah.
Mind you, I really like this Orianna pick. They really do not want to go up against what they just went up against. So yeah, the Lee Sin and the Orianna, the two massive playmakers here, being banned out within the first ban phase, just to make sure no crap like that happens again.
Yep, and then picking up Braum just so they can keep something safe, just because Braum will be able to stop any sort of combo, hopefully.
I really do like that Braum pick. He's very, very versatile and really good with engage and disengage, because his ultimate, although it can be used offensively, it is amazing for defense as well, especially nothing really jumping in. Obviously, insta-picking that bot lane, the Morgana Lucian, I really like. I'm hoping that Lucian's going to have that press the attack, and with that Morgana Q, it's really going to just solidify that press the attack proc.
Yep, very much so. Just keeping everyone out of it. Although Braum does not do well against Morgana at all. I got a phone call, so I'll be back.
That's a-okay. No, it's just me and you guys. Now, Jarvan actually being picked up, I really, really like that. The Jarvan Braum MF synergy is immense. I really, really like what they're doing here. Now, with Bubblegum going for, this looks like a team fight oriented comp rather than the complete opposite of what we saw last game. Now, Cho'Gath again being picked. I think Green Lantern has a very, very comfortable gameplay when it comes to playing with Cho'Gath, and I think they can sort of just give him a comfortable champion and leave him do his own thing, and it seemed to work out. Oh, the Echo ban, welcome back. The Echo ban coming out. That's a very interesting one. Hello. So yeah, it looks like Team Bubblegum's actually going for team fight oriented comp now. This looks like a massive wombo combo, and Echo and Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia was banned in the last one. This may be a Ruckfanked oriented ban as well.
Yeah, chances are it would be, just because Cassio, if you do not know how to deal with it, it is a huge issue. But they have Jarvan, which cannot be actually affected by grounded effects. His EQ combo goes off no matter what. So like they have, even if Cass was to try and ground him, he could still go in and still destroy things.
Exactly. Now, the Kha'Zix ban actually coming out, I think what they're trying to do is stop Hurricanrana from the counter jungling, because he is, as we saw in the last one, immensely good at it. Now Jinx being picked up along with the Lucian, so it looks like there's actually a Lucian mid.
Oh yeah. That means
No.
they will be a little low on AP damage though. Even though Cho'Gath does do it, Morgana does do it, it's just not gonna be overly too much. All things considered, unless they have a jungler that has some AP like Elise or something along those lines.
Yeah, I'm calling an Elise or an Evelyn here, because Lucian mid is really good, but obviously they don't know who they're going up against, and someone, I was just about to say, someone like Ziggs would be pretty devastating if he can hit all those Qs, because obviously they're massive range in comparison to Lucian.
Oh,
Malzahar. Oh, that is such a good idea.
Yeah, Malzahar is just going to be a huge issue, just always pushing, always being safe. And the Gnar is also going to be an issue for the Cho'Gath, just because he's going to be constantly poking with Qs and auto attacks. And both work stupidly well with Jarvan's ult. Pretty much, it seems like their entire plan is pretty much Jarvan creates walls, Gnar ults them in, Malzahar ults someone, and pretty much they just keep them all trapped there.
Yeah, Bubblegum have a 4-man. What I can see here is a 4-man all-in with one single target. Absolute demolition to stop someone like. Hell, may even use it on the Shen. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but that is actually a top Lucian and a Cho'Gath mid. Confused. Okay, Shen
Lucian
top. Okay,
jungle?
there we go. That is.
It's a Lucian jungle.
They actually are not swapping. It is a Lucian jungle. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a first for me. I don't know about you guys, but I've never really seen a Lucian jungle.
I've seen it once. By someone named Time Machine. Was terrible. It worked at the start, but after a certain time, you will show up to gank, and they will turn on you and kill you. You're a Lucian. It's not.
That's the thing. You may be changing roles, but you're still an ADC. You still have that, glass cannon-y sort of feel. And I mean, it will work in the top lane. It'll work in the mid lane. It may work in the bot lane, because what the Lucian needs, he doesn't have that engage or that CC. So he requires those lanes to have it for them. And I think that's why they're putting Cho'Gath in the mid lane. And obviously you got the Shen on top with the taunt. That taunt is going to be crucial. If that taunt is not pulled off, Lucian will have to leave the bot lane, the top lane. Otherwise, he will just get turned on and die. That Gnar can do a lot of damage, especially with those 3 pops, and they're going to have to hit things like that. The Cho'Gath with those knockups, I think that silence is going to be key, because what are you going to do if the Jarvan's there? The Malzahar just ults the Lucian and they can just instantly blow him up and leave. The Cho'Gath, although he is tanky and has pretty high damage, is not high enough in order to get a kill out of that small amount of time that the Jarvan and Malzahar will be able to do something, will be able to kill the Lucian.
Yeah, it's just a question, is Cho gonna go AP and become just a one-shot burst person, or is he gonna just go a normal tank in the mid lane? And their pretty much only damage is gonna be Lucian and Jinx, which can technically be shut down by a full armor Braum standing out in front.
And that's the thing, they have their 2 main damage right now if Cho'Gath does not go AP is ranged. And Bubblegum have the one champion that pretty much negates range, and so they are going to have that Cho'Gath going, some form of AP. I really wouldn't be surprised if it would be a one-shot build. However, I think what he needs to do in the early game is go rather tanky. Possibly Doran's Ring. He needs that health, because that knock-up is what gives him kills. You can't kill Malzahar with his passive up. The second that is done, that's your engage gone, and he can just completely negate that. So I can imagine Cho'Gath going, a lot of AP, pretty tanky at the start, getting a lot of roams possibly in the bot lane, because MF doesn't have that much mobility. It does have that slow, but obviously if Morgana hits that Q, if Morgana hits that binding, that should be MF dead. because Cho'Gath can just get that knock up and just try and prolong the time that Brom's shield is up and then try and get the kill.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I think we're both though agreeing that TSL has the way better team comp, but it's just a question if ELG is good enough, is just have enough skill to pull off whatever the heck they just built, and crush hard enough that it'll end up working.
That's the thing. It is. Last game we saw a massive stomp because they had a very dive-oriented comp, and it worked well for them. They know how to pull it off. They have the communication and the mechanics in order to do that. Lee Sin hitting those Qs were really, really, really good and got them those kills and those massive Orianna ults. Now, okay, I'm loading it now. Perfect. But as for what we're looking at now, it does look like it is sort of turned around a little bit. Bubblegum is going for that in-comp, you know, that dive in, the Gnar with the Jarvan, MF with the backline just doing massive damage in that Jarvan ultimate. And I think it has sort of changed. It's flipped
Yes.
on the table.
And I want to see TSL invade here actually, just because they have the ability to do it with their entire team being ranged auto attacks and the Braum Q. That simple thing could just be a huge engage for them right away, but it seems like they're not going to do that, sadly. And we're just going to get a normal start.
It looks like the 5-point start. ELG are sort of just grouping up a little bit. But nothing really becoming of this. Yeah, no, just normal 5-point start on each end.
Also, sadly, Misfortune went for the free ability every once in a while instead of going for Ultimate Hat and just getting more ults off. Because honestly, I feel like Ultimate Hat works a lot better for her.
Oh, definitely. That, like, MF, especially when it comes to this composition, is reliant on her ult to do that damage. Because that's what they're building for. And I think not going Ultimate Hat is sort of a mistake, but I guess we'll see. We'll see if they'll be able to pull it off.
Yeah, it does work better for laning phase to do what she's done, but I just don't think it's in the best interest of their team.
Yeah. Now, both of them starting in the bot lane. Let's see if we'll have a repeat of last game. Now, that ward is there, just like before. Actually, well, gonna expire, so we're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to get any vision there. But Lotion acting for that Gromp rather than pushing straight up to the wolves.
Yeah, that does make sense, Overleap, just because Lucian has way more single target damage. Just probably because he went E and then Q. Instead of going like WQ for way more AoE wave clear.
Thing is now, he should know that Jarvan is gonna do normal jungle path, and that Lucian's gonna have to compensate that by going straight towards his red if he's able to. Yeah, okay. He picks up level 3 and he's gonna try and get it before the Jarvan could do anything, because he does not. They don't really want a repeat of last match.
Then right now he should be warding the bush that's right next to his red buff, but he is not. So technically, if Jarvan really wanted to, he could be showing up, and they would not be prepared for it again. They are leaving themselves open for. Actually, wait, yeah, Lucian was the one who invaded last time. Jarvan probably doesn't feel confident to do it.
I wasn't too sure if obviously Jarvan has a lot. In my opinion, he has a lot more early damage. Actually, engage possibly happening now. They're both evenly health-wise, but no, Jarvan actually going in, getting the knock-up, not coming down. Really, really fast rotation. Will any be able to come in? Lucian popping that flash, nothing becoming an amazing knock-up here. Ruckfanked actually keeping him alive. Not for long though, Jarvan.
All three of them flash in just to make sure that they kill that Lucian. And
because of on the Cho'Gath popping down that Malzahar, but will he be able to get out? Another Eagle combo coming out with the knock-up, keeping him alive for now. And yeah, they're gonna have to back off. That was really, really good.
All three of them flashed for that Lucian kill. Gnar flashed very much earlier than anyone else, and I don't think the other two really needed to do it. And it ends up killing Malzahar for it. He has to burn Flash and heal.
That's
And
the
he
thing,
still goes down.
It was unnecessary, but I guess when it comes to First Blood like this, First Blood was pretty much what started ELG rocking and rolling in the first place. So they sort of wanted to get that away from them, because that First Blood goals really just got them going straight from the start.
Yeah. And it does seem like the Cho'Gath will be going AP because he seems to be building for Rod of the Ages and has the Doran's Ring.
That's the thing, that's good that he's going for that tanky start, because obviously he can't do anything right now. That's, to be honest, Rod of Ages is absolutely perfect item, especially like Rod of Ages is the perfect AP Cho'Gath item outright, and you gotta rush that because the second you get that, that hits 10 minutes, the second you become borderline unkillable, because when that hits, you're gonna have a good few stacks in your ultimate, and you're going to have that AP health and mana to compensate just the damage that you can continuously put out. Because Cho'Gath actually has relatively low cooldowns when it comes to his skills, but they have such a massive impact during fights.
Yeah, very much so. And the ELG did see the Jarvan, so they know he's on the bottom side. So if they really wanted to, Shen could do something, but then again, Shen against Gnar, not the best matchup to be engaging from the Shen side.
Exactly. No, he is doing a relatively good job of staying in lane, especially considering how much poke Gnar can dish out, because he can just hit him from range over and over and over, and if Squamp has a high enough reaction time, he can just dodge all those taunts. Yep. So it's props to him, props to Green Lantern for just staying in lane as much as he is.
Yep, very much so. And Jinx was getting poked out quite a lot just from the Comet plus MFQ, but using the Relic Shield and the 3-pot start, she's just able to stay alive so long.
That's the thing, mind you, she is getting rather low here, because Relic going down, she's extraordinarily low. She's gonna have to go in. Not actually. There's a fight up in the top lane. Gnar should be able to pick up this kill as long as he hits this final. There we go. Squamp taking out Green Lantern, getting the first kill for the top lane.
Yeah, to survive, like, once he started going in and he was forced to stay in, like, at that last moment, he could have actually still stayed alive, because Gnar started backing off once he threw the last auto attack. If Shen had walked into his zone, dodged it, and then flashed out, he probably actually could have lived.
Yeah, it was sort of a fight or flight in that situation, and unfortunately it just didn't work well for him.
Also, we now have Lucian invading into the jungle and stealing the red buff.
Very, very cheeky, but as we know, Hurricanrana is very, very good when it comes to counter jungling.
Also, now they have the 2 wards on their lower side jungle, just so that they will know generally where Jarvan is most of the time, because if he's not spotted by one of those 2 wards, he'll be topside.
Exactly, that's absolutely amazing vision play here, because I've never been such a massive part of this game. But those staying completely put, you know exactly what he's. So he made sure to red go top because he's around about the
just you have completely turned it into a robot, and no one will be able to understand what you said. And yeah, anyway, so yeah, as soon as we know the wards, they immediately bring out the have TSL has 2 jungle, so that'll be very much hard for them to set up something like that again. But we do have her Corona on the Lucian invading for the blue buff on TSL side. Yep, there you go. You're English again.
Thank goodness. I'm English, that's good.
Oh, but we have Cho'Gath dying.
Cho'Gath trying to go in. that true damage was not enough. Oh my goodness, that was.
Oh, but we have the Jinx ultimate coming in, and Jarvan ends up blocking it.
Hit. Oh my goodness, Jarvan. I mean, Lucian trying to pop that ultimate as well. The culling, getting him down to about what I saw, about 40 HP. One more shot would have done it, but he got out. Fierce damage actually backing and just staying alive.
Yeah, just that was just a weird play, because why would you walk into the Malzahar? You know he's gonna ult you under tower. Oh,
Exactly. MFL actually going down, not being able to pick up the Jinx kill. Lucian and Jarvan actually going in. Jarvan popping the ultimate. Cataclysm keeping him in there. But Lucian able to get that massive damage burst. That passive is really, really coming in handy. Especially considering, what is he building now? He has that skirmishes. He did smite him from what I saw. And that just, that got him
yeah.
so much more damage to get.
It was the skirmisher sable against 2 long swords and blue smite. So it was pretty much the skirmisher saber, just because of the extended nature of the fight, was just able to do enough damage that it was worth more than the longsword in the long run.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, Lucian actually going in on that top lane. Shen has used his taunt, so he won't be able to do anything there. Hurricanrana has to back out here.
Ooh, and in the middle of that, Skylancer dies to a random comet from MF.
That is very, very unlucky. Now, what I would suggest would be Morgana staying a little bit further forward than she is. Obviously trying to take a little bit more of those Qs. She can, or at least trying to get those spell shields out. Because from what I can see, there's not enough spell shields to try and block things like the Brom Q and stuff. Obviously you gotta try and save it for all-ins and such, but you gotta try and be a lot more lenient. Especially when it comes to Jinx's survivability. Skylancer, I didn't see that comet, but that must have been an amazing play on
I didn't see it, and I'm just using directed camera, and it just popped over there, showed the comet hit her, and then popped back up to the top lane. So I don't know what procced it, but...
Not actually going in here. Will he be able to pick up the kill?
And he should be able to.
Attack, the flash being popped. That boomerang... picking up that kill. Just on the edge there. That was really, really good by Squamp. That passive from the Gnar, his W is absolutely amazing when it comes to dealing with tanks and stuff like that. And as we can see here, he just went straight past the tower, not a care in the world, because there wasn't enough trading from the Shen to, stop things like that. Jarvan actually going in versus a Cataclysm being popped on the Cho'Gath. Silence coming out, nothing can do. Shen actually trying to get that shield. What's going to become of this taunt coming out? Lucian coming in, trying to pick up that Jarvan. No buffs or anything, but culling being used. Picking up that Jarvan kill. That was absolutely amazing. Fierce damage going very, very low. Was able to get out. That was really, really amazing. I really like the Lucian rotation. He was trying to counter jungle yet again, so to speak. And he just rotated up, got a nice little kill out of that.
Yeah, that was great by the Cho'Gath right off the start, because he knew the ultimate from the Malzahar was coming, so he put the Rupture, I think it's called, right underneath the Malzahar, so as soon as he got ulted, he was immediately freed from it. And then it looked almost like that TSL decided to not kill Cho'Gath right away to let Shen come in. It looked like they could have easily gotten the kill before Shen came in, but it looked like they both stopped attacking as if they wanted Shen to appear, hoping that they could kill him as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Shen, obviously, he hasn't been winning his lane. He's currently 0-2, so he doesn't have that much presence as Shen would normally have. Actually, massive Q going out from the MF. But yeah, I think, like you were saying, they were just waiting for that Shen to pop in to pick up that kill. And that's really, really good communication, because it is very hard in tense situations like that to tell someone to stop fighting, or to stand back, lay off. Don't just blow him up. So that's very good play by them.
Sadly, it was a good idea, but it didn't work out, because as soon as Shen came in, he taunted someone, which was to be expected. But then Lucian ended up just getting the kill off the taunt, because they probably just didn't see Lucian coming in at all, since there is a pink ward in the pencil bush on that side for ELG.
Pencil bush, I quite like that. I can start using that, but yeah. But yeah, no, it's pretty decently even game. I mean, Bubblegum obviously has more when it comes to kills and such, but I think, well, actually, Gnar going extraordinarily low. Hurricane will he be able to pick up the kill? Like I said, that passive doing massive damage. Cataclysm coming out. Malzahar ultimate also coming out. Double kill for the Gnar. He went very, very low. But fierce damage. I mean, Bubblegum, absolutely amazing reaction times here. I saw fierce damage instantly. The second that fight started going bad and sour for Squamp, he started coming up, and that really, really paid off and just kept Squamp alive. And that top lane's just going to get stronger and stronger.
Yeah, the Gnar is pretty much their best shot. Once again, his last game, he was even very strong in the Nasus, but now he's given a champion that can actually do more early game. So he has the ability to put more influence out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now, ELG picking up that Dragon, that will be Ocean Drake, and it will help really well against the Cho'Gath. I mean, obviously he has that massive mana, but I think Cho'Gath and Lucian are going to benefit of it the most, because Cho really wants to start spamming those ruptures in team fights, and Lucian's Lucian. He dashes about the place without a care in the world.
Lucian didn't get the Ocean. It was MF.
It's blue.
Who?
My bad. I'm very, very sorry for that one, but yeah.
It's going to be mainly Malzahar and MF that love it, just because Malzahar can now just put ease on even more things without worrying about getting low.
Exactly. Also, yeah, I think those Qs from the MF is really, really going to pay off. I mean, they are doing massive damage as it is. 15 minutes into the game. That Yomu's, that Stera, the Serrated Dirk is really paying off for the MF, because that lethality just does so much damage, and it is so nice to look at, especially when it finally does connect. If it kills a minion, hits that Jinx, it does, like 2/5 of Jinx's health. That Skylancer just out for the fight, you won't be able to go in. Look at that, 394 damage on the Jinx. She has to back off.
Sadly, the Comet wasn't up, or else that would have done even more damage, though.
Yeah, that would have been so much. But it's when the Jinx gets hit like that, and it's either luck or bad positioning, like, they have to push back even more. And if Kevy and Gypsum Bits can coordinate jumping in the same time one of those Qs hits, that is Skylancer instantly dead. If Jibs can jump towards, look at that, she has to back out.
Yeah, Morgana she doesn't have enough potions or no more charge of Relic.
Black Shield actually coming out. Oh my god, Morgana with a flash out, Lucian going in, Brom popping that ultimate, the shield going the wrong way, MF ultimate going out, but it will actually be enough. Picking up the Morgana, Jinx going in, trying to pick up Jibs and Bits. Culling being popped once again. Unfortunately, Jibs and Bits not able to get that final bit. Wasting the flash there. He should have just stayed there and accepted his fate.
Yeah, if he was going to use the flash, he should have used it pretty much right away and then stun the Lucian and then walk past him, because the Lucian had 3 stacks of the passive on. And now I don't know what Jarvan's planning on doing here. This just seems like a miscommunication.
Oh, definitely. Being caught out, having above that flash, combo being used, Malzahar, he's in a relatively safe place. Jarvan's going to have to back out, but that was a waste of a flash. He didn't have to go in. That flash could still be, off cooldown at this point.
Yeah, yeah, it just seemed like he was just tunneling on the Jinx. But considering Jinx's traps now stop dashes from going through them, he would have to get hit by a trap, then EQ, and then wait for the traps to end where he is, and then alter. It's just not the fastest combination. That she would have been perfectly fine.
Exactly, and I mean, oh my gosh, 429 damage. Comet again not up. Brom's just trying to go in as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Being stunned. MF, this should be a guaranteed kill. Oh, stopwatch actually being popped out. Q not being enough. They actually get away.
Yes, because they have heal, so they used heal at the perfect moment that Braum had already started backing out, which let them hit the Q onto the MF. So she ended up having to stay in tower range. They had to stay in tower range a little bit longer. Pretty much H2 Buffaloes just saved that trade.
Oh, definitely. That was a very, very good play. Lucian's seeing what he can do, but no, he's just going to back out and just continue to farm, get nice and strong. Lucian's going 420 right now. That's pretty decent.
Yeah. He's also out farming the J4, just staying far enough ahead.
definitely. I mean, especially with all these counter jungles, is really, trying to get those little minion kills. Tiny bit of CS here and there, just bring them further and further into that strong point. Nas actually going in. Will he be able to make it?
Yeah,
in?
because the top turret's now gone just from all of his pushing from before. That he's now just able to walk straight past all the minions and just constantly auto-attacking the Shen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Scrump is just able to go as aggressive as he wants. Obviously just push out Shen. Cho'Gath actually popping that flash, ignite, and ultimate on the Malzahar. Didn't see exactly what happened, but it looked like using that silence to pop the shield and then waiting and then coming back instantly with that flash and just knock up. That was a very, very good play.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the ultimate went, but I think he ended up actually dying to the ignite that the Cho'Gath ended up putting down. But yeah, it was just a great play. And now they end up killing the Gnar after all of his over-aggression.
Shen actually picking that up. Very confusing considering the culling was on Gnar, but I guess Shen isn't really going to be complaining. Green Lantern really does need some way of coming back into this. Lucian and Jarvan having yet another fight in the mid. Shen ultimate being popped. Will it be close enough? Flash going in. The taunt missing, but will still, will be absolutely a-okay. MF actually picking up a kill in the bot lane. Jinx is being stunned.
Now Braum is going to get this next one unless he ends up getting stuck by the traps. I honestly think he probably could have done that, gotten the kill. Also, Misfortune decided not to walk in and help when Jinx was stunned. If she had just auto-attacked once, Jinx was dead. She also looks like she has heal. So she probably could have just had heal up the entire... she could have healed if Jinx ever got the auto-attack off at her.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, you gotta not be greedy, but you also gotta know when you have your advantages. And advantages like having heal and being a lot healthier than the other team. You gotta go in. Mind you, speaking of being healthy, going in, getting amazing two-man stun. Ultimate being popped on the Shen, being picked up. He's gonna have to go in. He knows he's dead, so he's just going in and doing as much damage as he can. Lucian picking up another kill.
And now Shen has Thornmail, so he's able to live probably through this poking a little bit more. But I feel like Shen actually could have gotten out of that. As soon as Narbar went full, Gnar started walking up towards the lane. If Shen had started walked towards the river a little bit more, he probably would have been safe there and would have been able to live through that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was unfortunate that he died because he didn't have to fight in that situation. Shen could have backed out, But I mean, Gna's getting pretty strong. I mean, he's 5-2 right now. That Frozen Mallet is doing absolute wonders when it comes to keeping Shen at bay. Cho'Gath actually being caught out by fierce damage, but looks like they do not want to fight him and they're just going to back off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a clear way of just not going to bother with him. I mean, there had no real way of starting any fight there unless Malzahar could get his ult, but without Flash, I don't think that was really an option for them.
Yeah, it's sort of just understanding instead of begging to get the kill, just sort of being a lot more realistic and just backing off and just focusing.
Now we
on
have
farm.
Both junglers coming down bot lane.
Oh, there's a massive fight that may be starting. Braum going in. Will the ultimate be popped? There we go. Shield coming out. MF ult being popped. Not really doing that much damage.
We also have the Gnar teleport from behind.
No, coming out, taking out the Lucian. That's massive damage. Jarvan jumping in on that Jinx, being stunned though. Cataclysm going out. Shut down for the Gnar, taking out the Lucian. That stun was absolutely amazing. Shen, will he be able to pick up the MF? There we go. MF going down. Jinx taking out the Jarvan. Shen should be absolutely okay. Braum's gonna have to try and back off.
He's gonna be dead here because Malzahar finally got back.
That's being caught. The Q actually being hit. Oh my god, the perma stun. And there we go. Rugfanged taking up another kill. Double kill for him actually. Now with that tankiness, that massive tankiness, he just walked in the tower, got a few things, ignite here and there. Doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, it ended up working out very well for ELG. I didn't think it would, just because you had the Gnar teleporting in from behind and insta-killing the Lucian without him really doing much in the fight. But Jarvan just going in too far made him also pretty much useless. So both junglers really didn't do much. Because the Jarvan ended up just jumping in straight in and then getting 2v1'd by H2 Buffaloes and Skylancer. just because you can't pop the Jinx fast enough. She has 2 items. She's gonna hurt, and with Morgana there, you're gonna just get hurt even more, and it's not gonna work well for you.
Exactly. I mean, you're not fed enough to be jumping in and just blowing up. You don't have something like a, Duskblade, a Dragthar or something to do that massive damage boost that you need to get in there and just get out. Now, although the Gnar ult was used solely on the Lucian, it worked absolute wonders and got him out of the fight almost instantly. There was nothing he could do. And it's just, that was such an amazing play on both sides, but, mistakes were made. And I think Jarvan, mate, you've got to understand, although you are supposed to jump in on the ADC, you got to know when. You've got to have that timing. It's all good knowing your role. You got to also know when you're supposed to carry out your role, because things like that is how you get just absolutely swamped by the enemy team. That's just how things like this happen. Now, Jinx again going very, very low. These MFQs are on point. Kevy is popping Skylancer down to the ground, and I mean, currently has 12 CS lead, nothing major.
And now we have Lucian getting ulted by the Shen, as Gnar was just trying to mess around. Like, Lucian started counter jungling, Gnar spotting him out, but they did not think about the Shen ult. So they tried to start a fight there, and Gnar cannot kill that quickly. He can kill Shen, but like, it's just not enough to kill Lucian that fast with a Shen ult.
Exactly. I mean, especially now considering Hurricanrana has these double buffs. Now, double buffs, in my opinion, is really underappreciated, because the slow and the stuff like that really do massive. Because like, fierce damage is just taking shot after shot. They're actually diving in the culling, unfortunately not in the right direction. Fierce damage is going to get out of that. But you Jarvan picking up the Jinx kill, that was a 3-man dive, taking out both of the bot laners. And by the looks of it, Jarvan didn't really go that considerably lower.
But this, if they trade turrets right here, it's not, they've lost this trade. Because Cho'Gath can start backing right now and defend. But he's not, surprisingly. Oh, there's a fight in top lane, and Gnar's going in.
Gnar being popped. Malzahar actually getting that kill. Gnar in 2v2, there we go. Cho'Gath picking up another kill. He's getting very tanky and very strong right now. Will they be able to pick up the fierce damage? The taunt landing, that's an easy kill. Ultimate actually being popped, taking out Shen. I didn't see that one coming, but that was very good. Noticing that he was in tower range. Morgana actually being popped in the bot lane. Kevy trying to take out the inhibitor, but it's not enough.
They're not going to get this inhibitor, so that was just a very weird trade, because ELG got mid lane tower, inhib tower, bot lane tier 2. Bubblegum got tier 2 and inhib tower. So it still ends up not being good for them, because they just barely missed the inhib. Also, if the Cho'Gath had backed right away, it would have stopped the them from even getting the inhib tower. Because honestly, ELG should have backed out as soon as they got the inhib tower, just because they should have seen that J4 was backing. They knew Malzahar was still alive and he still had his ult. They could have executed that quite a bit better and lost less off of it while still gaining the same advantages they had.
Definitely. Mind you, I think what Bubblegum's doing right now is they're trying to focus on just getting these objectives, and as you can see, it was very, very risky. They had that death timer on the bot lane, and they stayed just that little bit too long. Kevy, you could honestly see they desperately wanted this. Actually, Cataclysm being used on the Shen. Green Lantern just able to get out of there. 4 members all on Shen. Will they be able to chase him down? Jarvan combo being used, oh my goodness.
And now they're engaging on Gnar, half-healthing him while being immune to all his CC because Morgana's there.
There we go, the Gnar ultimate actually being completely useless. Shen ult being used, MF hitting 2 members of ELG. That was absolutely amazing. Shut down for the MF on the Cho'Gath. And there we go, finishes.
Like, that made sense because they saw the Gnar was in a bad spot, but they shouldn't have done anything because look where Jinx Lucian are. That is their damage. Now they should honestly be going for the inhib here, because they can avoid the Gnar long enough to take the inhib, but instead they're going for a tower. But they didn't have minions, so the tower's just tanky as all hell.
Exactly. Nah, may actually pick up a double kill. Colin going down. He trying to get that bar up, but no, Lucian taking him out before the Nah bar reaches full. That would have been a double kill. Maybe one or two more auto attacks. That was very unfortunate. I like what Scomp was doing, what he was thinking, but unfortunately, it was just a slight miscalculation. And Hurricanrana picking up yet another kill.
Yeah, that was probably a good idea for Scomp, just because there was nothing else he could really do. They were going to take the tower if he did nothing, even if he just threw out more Qs from where he was. They might have backed off, but I don't think they would have. They probably would have just pressured him even farther, and would have either gotten the tower for nothing or gotten the tower and the kill.
Exactly. I mean, it is relatively even match in this one right now. I mean, you know, Bubblegum is, you know, doing relatively good, you know, a lot better than the last game. It is not a stomp. I gotta give props to Bubblegum for putting, you know, that last match behind them and just focusing on this one. I mean, like, Fierce Damage is doing really, really well. I mean, I really like that last kill. He's trying to stay in that fight. Jarvan, you know, Trump is really just... you know, from that last game, that was cataclysmic, pardon the pun. That was cataclysmic, you know, going 0-10, and I really do like the fact that they have just, you know, completely ignored that and just working towards this really, really good game, because it is relatively easy, even, you know, kills going back and forth, and
Yeah,
there is a lot of pushing, and I think it will just go down to these massive team fights now.
but Bubblegum had such a strong lead at the start of this game that it's almost surprising that ELG has the gold lead. Like, at the start of this game, it looked like this was just going to be Bubblegum just slowly winning, but ELG was able to reverse it from that one fight down in bot lane and have been pretty much slowly winning since then.
Exactly, actually massive team fight going out, all the ultimates being used, not trying to get something, not getting any stuns, Taunt actually going down on the Misfortune, Kevy going down yet again, oh my goodness.
That was 5 for nothing.
Absolute stomp, that was so amazing. See, that Cho'Gath knockup doing so much in that fight. They were so grouped. They all wanted to get a little piece of everything, and they were so grouped. The GG well play coming out from Hurricanrana. There we go. Shen just up there pushing, and this should technically be game.
Like, that was a decent start of the fight, but Gnar almost, instead of aiming for the wall, he should have just tried to get Jinx and Lucian in closer to the MF, just so that she can kill them while they're being thrown, instead of aiming for the stun. But yeah, it was just a huge mess of everything, and pretty much Jinx and Lucian were able to stay just on the outside and deal enough damage to kill everything, while Shen and Cho'Gath just could not be killed. The MF ult does not do enough damage to kill them. So, yeah.
Exactly. ELG taking the second game, and that is GG. I really, really like that. I was kind of surprised with the Cho'Gath mid, but it seemed like it paid